General Introduction. Even though millions of people worldwide read the New Testament, whether from curiosity or religious devotion, very few ask what this collection of books actually is, or where it came from, how it came into existence, who decided which books to include, on what grounds, and when. The New Testament did not emerge as an established and complete set of books immediately after the death of Jesus. Many years passed before Christians agreed concerning which books should comprise their sacred scriptures, with debates over the contour of the canon, that is, the collection of sacred texts, that were long, hard, and sometimes harsh. In part, this was because other books were available, also written by Christians, many of their authors claiming to be the original apostles of Jesus, yet advocating points of view quite different from those later embodied in the canon. These differences were not simply over such comparatively minor issues as whether a person should be baptized as an infant or an adult, or whether churches were to be run by a group of lay elders or by ordained priests, bishops, and pope. To be sure, such issues, still controversial among Christian churches today, were at stake then as well. But the alternative forms of Christianity in the early centuries of the Church wrestled over much larger doctrinal questions, many of them unthinkable in most modern Christian churches, such as how many gods there are, 1, 2, 12, 30, whether the true God created the world or whether, instead, it was created by a lower, inferior deity, whether Jesus was divine or human, or somehow both, whether Jesus' death brought salvation, or was irrelevant for salvation, or whether he ever even died. Christians also debated the relationship of their new faith to the religion from which it came, Judaism. Should Christians continue to be Jews? Or, if not already Jews, should they convert to Judaism? What about the Jewish scriptures? Are they to be part of the Christian Bible as the Old Testament? Or are they the scriptures of a different religion, inspired perhaps by a different God? Such fundamental issues are for the most part unproblematic to Christians today, and their solutions, as a result, appear obvious. There is only one God. He created the world. Jesus, his Son, is both human and divine. His death brought salvation to the world in fulfillment of the promises made in the Old Testament, which was also inspired by the one true God. One of the reasons these views now seem obvious, however, is that only one set of early Christian beliefs emerged as victorious in the heated disputes over what to believe and how to live that were raging in the early centuries of the Christian movement. These beliefs, and the group who promoted them, came to be thought of as orthodox, literally meaning the right belief, and alternative views, such as the view that there are two gods, or that the true God did not create the world, or that Jesus was not actually human or not actually divine, came to be labeled heresy, which means false belief, and were then ruled out of court. Moreover, the victors in the struggles to establish Christian orthodoxy not only won their theological battles, they also rewrote the history of the conflict. Later readers then naturally assumed that the victorious views had been embraced by the vast majority of Christians from the very beginning, all the way back to Jesus and his closest followers, the apostles. What then of the other books that claimed to be written by these apostles, the ones that did not come to form part of the New Testament? For the most part, they were suppressed, forgotten, or destroyed, in one way or another lost, except insofar as they were mentioned by those who opposed them, who quoted them precisely in order to show how wrong they were. But we should not overlook the circumstance that in some times and places these other writings were in fact sacred books, read and revered by devout people who understood themselves to be Christian. Such people believed that they were following the real teachings of Jesus, as found in the authoritative texts that they maintained were written by Jesus' own apostles. Historians today realize that it is oversimplified to say that these alternative theologies are aberrations because they are not represented in the New